that pops.
Can I have a link? Can I have a
Oh,
link?
yeah,
Steam
there it
link?
is. Very nice. Post it everywhere. Very nice. Very nice. Hello, everyone. How is it going today? A weird moment? Drive. Got the link. Hello, Kitsune. Riton and Wimpy.
And yes, Wimpy, Slashy, and Vinny.
Ah, yeah,
They're all
Slasher.
lining.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty much set for a stream. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of SLR Tier 2. We are today in Hungary, the Hungarian. Here together with a completely full grid this time. 20 boys. Not too bad, is it? Here's tips. I've died. Sure. Never know. Tipsy?
Yes.
Ah, no, he
I'm
is
here.
not dead.
I'm alive.
Right, guys, let me know. Is the stream running all good? The audio fine as well? Full-time driver and they won't let me join. Silva, did you perhaps press the register button? Hey, you do it around an hour and a half before the race. Otherwise, they will move forward reserves. That might very well be what happened there. It cuts off. I think that might be on your end. I think for at least the stream runs. Oh, the sound cuts off. Tipsy, could you check that?
Yeah, sometimes when you're talking to me, man, even when you're not streaming, yeah, your mic kind of drops off sometimes.
Is that right? Okay. I don't know. Into the Wall has left the session. Probably use an invite. Okay, we should probably go on to the action. Who are we following here? Let's see. How about we go with Luca from Fancy Esports. Prestorius, it's current fastest lap of a 16.9. For reference, everyone here, very low 16s, high 15s are very good laps here. So there's definitely more to come.
Just trying to run down some information here, but Bants, 2 seconds. Yeah, so I was just checking the standings, and at the moment, Boneless Cigar is leading way up at front at the moment in the driver's standings, but catching him pretty quickly is Satoshi as well. And then also Popo Gamer, unless I maybe forgot, has he moved up on Monday, has he? No, I think Popo,
Popo
I
Gamer
think he's
is
out for injury.
he's in tier 1 now.
Yeah.
I have been given the list by Ocean of exactly
Yeah.
up on my about on black screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to tap out as well.
Great. Yeah, Popo Gamer. Good one. And is very quite quick, so I don't think anyone's surprised there.
Yeah, so that would mean then, while I'm looking at the grid here, removing the tier 1 boys, you've got Boneless that's currently sitting at top in the driver standings with 83 points. And then Satoshi's behind him in 54. And then the next guy in third place would be Vinny. In fact, Vinny, Keyboard Magnuson, Praetorius, Smeltino, Look, they're all pretty close battles. So those guys, Vinny, Keyboard, Pretorius, and Smeltino, are running very close at the moment in terms of the driver standing. So there'll be a wee battle just between them. And then, of course, Satoshi, he's going to be looking to try and close up the gap to bonus.
Interesting. Yeah, it is definitely close up top. Dash asks that who's on pole today.
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, we can see there's medium and soft runners, as well as ultra soft runners over here. So there's definitely a lot of alternating strategy as I switch to Vinny right as he spins. Commentator's curse. I hope his re-entry is going to be like it.
So, well, to go back on what Slashy's asking there about who do we think is going to be on pole, at the beginning of the season or of tier 2, it was reasonably easy to kind of predict who would get pole.
Oh, well,
I think now as
Akos back then was
and the Edge and Light Cruiser and all those guys, but now that we are pretty into the heart of tier 2 and we're getting more of a settled bunch pretty much, you can see already on the times that they're pretty competitive as they are. So to pick a pole sitter at this moment, I think it would be too early to say. Of course, bonus Satoshi and Vinny, you have to consider those, but I could pick at the moment.
Satoshi right now on the mediums, doing his lap. I think that's why it's going to be hard to predict who's going to be in pole today, because it seems that many of the top guys are trying different strategies at the moment. That is highly interesting. We'll see what kind of lap he gets out. He's not bailing out, so he must have something on his hands. That at the moment.
Into the walls, just had a really decent time. Really low 116. Didn't see that coming.
Satoshi puts it into 8, which is a danger zone. Sure. That is probably not where he wants to start. Realistically, I think maybe the soft tire is going to be a better option. So they kind of planned in what they're doing anyway. Here on board with Keyboard Magnussen. Also definitely is on the lap now. That Pixel goes off track to let him pass, very nice. That is uninterrupted lap. It goes very wide, I don't know if that's warning or not. Cancelling lap. That counts. Not? Okay, so it wasn't validated, okay. Where does he put it? On the soft tire? Into P6. The best soft tire runner at the moment by 3/10. Do you have any experience when it comes to the tires on track, Tipsy?
Well, yes, I've experienced, but to be honest, I don't remember. I think it's pretty high tire wear on this one. I think the last time we've raced in it was wet, so honestly, man, I can't really give you much input.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Ultras Stardom is probably not going to be that great. I don't think they last a amount of time. And yeah, if you have a quick soft runner behind you, then yeah, that's going to be hard to justify. So,
but I think you can't, from memory. I could be completely wrong here, but I think you can do a one stop from soft to mediums.
yeah, of course. But I think you can also one stop from the Ultras, but that's very dodgy.
Yeah.
It's I don't think it's the quickest way. Maybe I don't remember correctly. But I can definitely see why some of these guys are going in on the softs. As Dead Pixel sets his lap soft tire, which is not going to be good enough as of now. But
I was watching Luca and Chief was sitting across the grid. Yeah. Yeah,
ooh,
see there.
Chief gets a
yeah, so you know when you're coming up the hill, I can't remember the name of that the blind left-hander. up the hill. So Luca was just coming up there, and Chief was sitting off the track. But it looked to me a little bit unfair, that penalty, because Chief was parked off the side of the track with his back end on track, and it looked on my screen as if Luca just clipped him, moved across and clipped Chief. So I think maybe that's a little bit unfair on Chief, really.
Yeah, I don't know. The penalties are a bit dodgy in this. Oh, maybe just a little bit of bad luck. But either way, 5th place penalty is definitely going to compromise this race.
But I was just thinking there, Chief, or sorry, Bants, what you were saying there prior to that about the other soft strategy. I don't think the other softs last that long, but you know what? It could be a case of almost like a Monaco kind of track, in the sense of overtaking's not that easy on this track. There's not many possibilities or places to pass, so track position becomes key. So in some respect, it makes sense to qualify on ultra softs to get that position.
Yeah. We have a couple of weird things going on here. I don't know if you see, I mean, motocrossers seem to have set a pretty decent lap. He puts it into 7. He is, by a little bit, you know, the best soft runner, by 2/10. But it's not really... the soft doesn't look that quick, does it?
No.
Qualifying. It is, of course, you know, if you can stick it around there, I don't know if you will satisfy it with P7. But, you know, because it could get quite a lot higher up in terms of positions. As Ocean Chief abandons his lap there. Motocrosser could get quite a high position if he did this kind of lap on the Ultra Soft. But yeah, that's going to be something that's gone through his mind right now, I'm sure. Here I am on board with the fellow with the German name who we misspelled. But,
Meritage?
Yeah, Meritage. And we're gonna keep it that way as well. We're not gonna correct it to the actual version. I know Thimo complained to me after the race. Like, you know, it's a German name, you can't. Why are you saying it like that? How it is.
Come on, Bants, you speak German. Can you not pronounce it?
Well, of course I can.
Well, what is it?
Well, for now it is Meritage.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be that for me anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. So we're gonna keep it consistent here on Tier 2 commentary. That is what the people need.
Have we taken into consideration that it might actually annoy him that we're not pronouncing it correctly?
I mean, he hasn't sent me a death threat yet.
Ah.
So I think that's better progress.
Unless he doesn't watch the stream back. Disgrace.
Well, but then he also can't get offended, can he?
Well, true.
Like, mate.
I always find it a bit odd whenever you hear that expression, they've gone out of their way to get offended. It's like someone actually goes out looking to get offended. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's not how that works. How that works. Oh, some people, you know, get off on that. They're being offended.
Here's a question for you, Bants, while we're running down the end of quality. If you take a turtle out of its shell, is it homeless or naked? Maybe that's one for the chat. Do you want to leave a wee comment, people?
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that to the chat to decide. By the way, Keyboard Magnussen has put it into 2nd position by just... So Danny thinks Turtle is then naked. Very interesting, as there is a yellow in sector. I don't. Won't be here.
Okay.
What was it? See what the chat has to offer. Finn also thinks it's definitely naked, well as Losha. Yeah.
Yeah, but the question is, can you actually take a turtle out of its shell?
Oh yeah.
Or
I'm that right.
because Kitty's got the stream on behind me here, you see, so there's nothing there.
Not like this. Can you send me an invite?
Yeah.
I don't know if we are gonna go live again. No, when we're going online, please stream. Give me a sign. Why is it not going on again?
No, it's still offline, man.
Well, it should hop on any second now. Hey, and it is. Technical difficulty, boys. Back in town. Hi. Hi, everyone. I don't know why I did that. Kicked me out of the game as well, so I assume I had an internet cut, which might actually be the first time I've ever had that. Without this internet. It was like 5 months, so that's surprising, but you know,
That's actually a pretty good guitar tune if anybody's interested, by Paul Gilbert. Technical difficulties. Check it out on YouTube. No, I'm not even joking, man. It's a real thing. Technical difficulties by Razor X. It's a band. Anyway.
I missed out. Boneless Cigar is now in second by 2 milliseconds over Keyboard Magnus and MP3. Miritish, he is in P6 with a soft tire. Isn't it? Is Satoshi not going out again? Oh no, Satoshi's on a lap, but Wimpy is sideways on the track. That might really compromise Satoshi's qualifying lap here. I don't know if he's still up on his time, but he's trying to push through to the top 10 positions, I presume, on the soft tire, but he did have to get off the line there to not pull out with Wimpy, so not entirely sure how that's going to go for him. But he doesn't look like he's given up.
Oh, sorry. And number 12, Kuwati, was on a fantastic lap there, and he just clipped that curb and spun his car.
Yeah.
Very easy to happen. Very easy.
Sorry?
It's very easy to do that. Done that myself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But of course,
and where does Satoshi go? He doesn't improve on his time. Right. Try your best, but you don't succeed. Do we have anyone here on the lap still? Yes, we do. We have Kwati on the lap on the Ultra Softs.
No, he's spun though.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah. Is he out? But he's still trying. But guess that's. Yeah, that's like a wee bit of a curb spin.
Hungary has some good memories for us, Bants. Remember our fantastic start?
Oh, yes, indeed.
From mid-pack to first and second by turn 2.
Yes.
Those were the days.
2.
2, yeah.
Times. It didn't last, did it, though?
But just running down the order here. Keyboard Magnuson, P1 by a healthy margin.
Yeah.
Again, on keyboard. Don't want to keep on labouring the point, but it's on a bloody keyboard.
It is 4 tenths.
And no assists.
And no assists. Curse, by the way, told me before the race this was going to be easy for him, but he is in P11, which is prime position for him. So unless he is, Google Chromo, he should be taking the soft or medium tire to start with. What he's actually doing. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream, that's definitely not cutting out or didn't cut out because of technical difficulties. Do feel free to leave a like. That does help. Maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Would also be pretty good. Well, I'm going to run down from qualifying. We have 3 soft runners who did not seem to get a proper lap in, did they? I mean, Satoshi 2.2 seconds off the pace of the pole lap. That is, yeah, unexpected, I think. As you can say. That pixel. Well.
Yeah, I was just looking at the times there. bands. Of course, a lot of 116s, but definitely the top four. The top four guys are pretty close in terms of their quality times. Vinny's just like 2/10 off. But those top four guys, I think we're going for a pretty decent battle. But also, there is quite a significant number of people on the ultra softs, and I'm wondering, does that make it more difficult for the guys on softs?
Yeah, that is remains to be exactly how this pans out. I think though, looking at how tight the front is, it does give potential for the soft runners to really catch up. Assuming that the top four actually like kind of hold each other up a lot. Soft runners will be a lot once the ultra soft wears off. So I don't know.
And plus two, it is Hungary. After all, it does throw up an awful lot of action.
Yeah, even though it is notoriously difficult to overtake. That's interesting.
So Kitsune will probably be sitting there with bated breath, waiting for carnage, because it's quite possible in this track.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it might be difficult to overtake, but I remember also in the Tour SRL races we've had in the past where there have been, especially with the DRS zone from the start-finish straight, it's quite powerful.
Yeah.
So it's not rare that you have people side by side going into there, followed by DRS straight like zone right after that corner. Into another tricky corner where in the first season of SLR, the first tier, myself and Triton had a bit of an incident across India and crashed out. But that kind of stuff happens in Hungary with the way the DRS can be quite hectic.
It's a great track. I think what we're most likely going to see is you'll probably see some people trying to do a dive down the tight chicane in sector 2, which generally is a no-no in my opinion. It's too tight, but people still try it. That'll probably be a flashpoint. Plus also the long looping right-hander uphill, as we seen Kuati touch the curb.
Yes.
Anybody trying to go on the inside there, they're taking their life. They're taking their life in their hand doing that, because if you touch the curb, even in this on the race during the race, sorry, you might take out two guys trying to do that corner. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Here goes.
I mean, yeah,
it's gonna get the win, Bants.
Ooh. Yeah, it's a bit late, I think, now. But, oh, man, I want to give it to Keyboard Magnussen. Starting on pole with the keyboard. What about you?
Don't know. I can't. It's too difficult to call. There's too many unknowns. This track throws up so much carnage. I don't know.
I'd just love for a keyboard player to win a race, to be honest.
I'd love
that would just be fantastic, I think.
But we're going to find out shortly.
Indeed we are. We'll see how the top 4 get off the line. Top 5 even. Spectator mode. Alright. And it is 5 red lights. And away we go. We're looking like we're having a couple of good starts here at the very front. I don't know why we're looking at Ocean Chief there. Sorry, Ocean Chief. We'll back to you in a bit. As we watch him go down to turn 1, Keyboard Magnussen had a really good start, I think, but the Force India is just going to sneak in there. The Force India from Luca. What happened there?
And who was that? There was a Red Bull went down the inside off a couple of cars and just there's another big crash.
Oh, and Wimpy is out of the race as well. I can't quite look over that at the moment because at the front they're fighting very hard. So can you tell me quickly what went down there at the back?
So Wimpy went round the long left, sorry, for turning sector 1, and he must have lost a bit of grip and spun slightly. An enemy killer just wheeled right into him. And so we've got a Mercedes off as well. Kuati's off at the back of the track. He must have spun.
Oh, it's all gone wrong for a few of our drivers here. And Wimpy, who of course has DNF'd already.
Yeah, it wasn't Wimpy's fault. Obviously he spun, but it looked to me, I think it was enemy killer in the Williams. Just completely wiped him out of the front. And I think he took Wimpy's tire off. So I will be expecting him to come in and pit. Satoshi does a nice dive down on Edward. Oh man, there's so much action happening here, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. A lot going on, but Keyboard Magnussen as well, by the way, fighting very hard with Luca. Has kept his position as Luca kind of... Oh, he gets Keyboard Magnussen to crack under pressure a bit. They're locking up on his keyboard there. So Luca is now into the lead for now.
Motocrosser just got it down the inside of Cursed.
Oh yeah, Cursed also moving up. Goes the Lost Souls of Boneless Cigar as well, benefiting him. Yeah, Luca is starting to build a bit of a gap.
Cursed drops another position to Tats.
Yeah, this gap at the front right now is starting to widen out all of a sudden. Ooh, as into the wall, looks into the inside of the Alfa Romeo there, or the Sauber as it's at this game. So he's gonna try and sneak it down the inside. I mean, I'm gonna predict there's gonna be a move from him very, very soon, as Kjell Magnussen goes into the.
Grassy Joe's right on the back of Crimson on his ultra soft tires at the moment, coming down the main straight. Now going by what Grassy Joe raced last week, he'd definitely probably go for the dive.
I just want to know what kind of strategy is that for Kjell Magnussen to hit on the second lap.
Hey, on the second lap? So he has.
Yeah, so I wonder if he had wing damage or maybe he sees them under cars that's behind him and maybe he'd try something bold, but I can't see why that would work. Maybe the tire wear on the keyboard's just very hard. Oh. Kjell Magnussen is on the medium, so he aims to get to the end with that.
Grassy Joe just touched that curb that I was talking about and went sideways. And now he's being forced to defend between two drivers. Adam Akani, who's on the inside, missed it up, and then Tats, who's that motocrosser.
Oh yeah, it's very close back here at the moment.
Oh man, there's so much action.
Yeah, that's one thing Hungary does, because the trains are guaranteed as Alpha, as the Red Bull just taps the Alpha there a slight bit. But the Red Bull goes for an insane dive bomb there. I don't know if that was the most gentlemanly thing to do in that situation, but sticks it in and gets the position. I don't know if that might be something.
Yeah, I have that on record, so.
Yeah, I have that on the stream. Believe that to other people, that's not our job.
Yep.
As Tats is trying to look down inside, thought he was maybe going to send a dummy there a little bit, but no, he sticks behind. This might be a very good position for him to just save up the ERS at the moment, which it doesn't seem to be doing.
No, I don't think so. Whenever I was watching Tats in Silverstone, he is very keen on the dives and doesn't always get them right, I have to say. So if you're going to dive on any track, it'll probably be this one. So this battle for 5th is getting pretty tasty at the moment.
Yeah, it's going on, that's for sure. I'm not getting very good camera angles right now. I'm trying to force it into cams, but.
Oh, Edward spun at the back of the track on that curve. As I keep telling you guys, that curve, people, if you've never raced in Hungary before, I'm sure you have, but that curve is just notoriously deadly.
Was it that uphill one again?
Yeah, the uphill on the right. Just touch it and you're gone.
Yeah, it's easy to do. But Kjell Magnussen, who gets a 3-second time penalty, and Red Bull of Adam just goes completely off there out of the exit. I've gotten wheel spin or something. So he's definitely going to compromise this position for the rest of the race, because he might very well have gotten some damage there. As Kurz moves up into P6 as people do the pit stops. You can't forget he's on the soft tire at the moment, which puts him in a very good position in comparison to some of the other cars. Crimson might actually, yeah, he's in contention for the win as it stands at the moment, looking at his tire choice.
So we're getting a couple of penalties here at the moment, Bants. Adam has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and then who was the other one? Into the wall, 3-second penalty. So that's going to make his job a lot more difficult at the moment, sitting in P2.
There's some action. Have a look at the with Tats. This is the place to be at the moment. Oh, that pit.
Satoshi's closing in on Kirst at the moment. He's actually in DRS range coming around for the main straight, so probably going to see a bit of action here in a few seconds.
But that Pixel is on a medium tyre at the moment.
Yeah, Kirsch looks like he's struggling at the moment from what I see. He's running wide, blocking up a lot.
Yeah, it didn't seem to have a lot of preparation going into this. It's not enough. But there's a braking marker gone, at least for me. I don't know if it is for you as well, the 100-meter board. Oh, Satoshi lags out mid-corner and Satoshi gets a free position. Oh, that really sucks. Oh, that must be annoying. I know that feeling all too well when that happens, but yeah, that's just the nature of this game. And as Katoon says, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. So that would be very nice. So smash that MF like button. And so we're going to stay on board with Curse maybe for a little bit. I don't know if there's anything else going on. I can see actually maybe a bit with Keyboard Magnuson, who is behind Ocean Chief and was previously a contender for the win. Ash says extreme in chat. I'm not going to do that now to not
extreme,
to not deafen anyone. For that, you'll have to watch back the tournament.
Yeah, Keyboard Magnuson's right on the back of Chief at the moment. He's really bullying Chief, so you should get him here in the DRS.
And it's good pace from Keyboard Magnuson mediums.
On the mediums,
because they're not very quick on this track at all. They're quite a struggle to get around with. Because they never really get to a point where just always feel like they're cold. If that makes any sense? It's just,
yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe I'm just a very bad driver, who knows? But at least in my case, it never feels like you can really push.
Oh, and Crimson's well, he was closing down on motocross there for P2. Yeah, he still is actually. He got it down to 3/10, so he did for one moment.
I'm gonna have a quick eye on him. If you wanna.
Yeah, motocrosser must still be on those ultra softs. Sorry, Bants. He must still be on those ultra softs. So yeah, they'd pretty much be dying now if he hasn't pitted yet. Oh, as Crimson runs a bit wide. So yeah, these softs will start coming into play now for Crimson.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, motocross is 6-lap ultra softs. The condition of those is not that great, but can we just quickly appreciate that Luca is 24 seconds ahead of motocross according to the Delta, unless it's bugged. But if I have a look at, I mean, it seems to actually be this gap. 25 seconds now.
Yeah,
that's insane.
He's going to lap Edward coming into sector 2 and motocross. Yeah, motocross are still turn 1, so yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, although it has to also be considered, that's comparing to just motocross. So if you have a look at Satoshi, for example, they're 27 seconds off him. I don't know out of my head, how long is the pit lane on the track? Oh. On in chat now. Kind of have a look at how long a pit stop takes around here.
Medium length, isn't it? It starts just as the turn 1 or the last turn. Where is it? Yeah, I think it's a pretty decent pit lane. It's been a while, man, since I've been racing, so I kind of forget.
Yeah. Well, let's actually have a look at the positional changes. Oh, as Curse spins out, cracking under pressure there. Ooh, don't do that, Curse. That is not a good idea. I mean, yes, you were kind of off track, but that must have scared the drivers around you. Do not do that. Do not do that. That is, I would have shot myself if I had been coming up to that. Yeah. Be careful. Luckily, nothing happened. Of course, you see, Curse did have it under control, but from the driver's perspective coming up to him, that does not look good at all. Not confidence inspiring. So, if we have a look at standings at the moment of the people, that Pixel is 15 positions up from his starting position. Satoshi as well on P14. Quite remarkable. They've had a good run for sure.
Gotcha. Joe's going down the inside of Kirsch in turn 1. Very straightforward.
So yeah, as the Ferraris battle it out. gonna try and stick it down. No, he's gonna give it to him, which was probably the wise thing. He looks like he's understeering a lot.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
But there might be something wrong with his wing.
Further up front, Bants, Pretorius, who's running, I think, third in the championship, is right on the back now of Dead Pixel.
Yeah, we have a couple of those. We also have Into the Wall on keyboard Magnussen. So these guys are all people who can potentially fight for the win.
Satoshi's going for a move on his teammates twice now. He's actually putting Crimson under an awful lot of pressure. On equal lap, he's on mediums. Oh, he's going around the outside of the final.
Oh yeah, he's going around he's going a long way around on the mediums.
Oh,
very
they're
impressive.
Side by side at the moment, Bants on the main straight.
Yeah, but Satoshi does not get the DRS, so he still stays in front quite a lot, though, doesn't he? He's got a lot of straight line speed. But he's going to get the DRS for this, so if he gets a good run, he's going to be past him. If we do get the cameras here, yeah.
Oh,
actually, no, we don't. No, DRS belongs to.
Yeah, from my angle there, it looked like Crimson was moving a couple of times there.
Yeah, McLaren's hard at fighting. See, we should have something like this going, Tipsy.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Yeah, why not anymore? Let's bring it back.
I've lost my pace, man. If I ever have. Oh, we've lost Meritage.
Yeah, Meritage is out. Yeah, he's had a struggling race for the struggles so far. So, yeah, hasn't gone his way today. Sucks for him because I think didn't really half the pace. There's always the next time. As Satoshi really putting Crimson under pressure there. He's faking going down his inside, forcing Crimson to kind of go defensive. A bit of mind games going on here. Satoshi will be happy now though to get the DRS from him.
The same thing happening further back too, Bants into the wall on keyboard Magnussen. He's doing the same thing.
Satoshi's gonna have a pretty smooth pass on him there, I think. Yeah, has got a car's width ahead of front wing there. But where do we see them come out? There they are. Satoshi now ahead on the better tire strategy. Well, as Kurz gets a 5-second time penalty for thing. Ouch. Ouch. Have a look here at Luca, who just had his pit stop, by the way, for the end of the race, and he's 15 seconds ahead of P2. Tipsy.
Yeah, this one's looking pretty much game, set, and match for Luca at the moment, as long as he doesn't bottle it like he did in Silverstone.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he got messages about Tier 1 join after the performance he's put down here today, so far at least.
Yeah, well, his performance in the Silverstone was short-lived. Oh, as Into the Wall's going down the inside of keyboard Magnussen.
Let's hope Into the Wall doesn't go into the car.
Keyboard Magnussen's still holding on. He's been battling him for a couple of laps now. I've been watching this too far. Keyboard Magnussen's not giving it up just yet. Oh, but now this is actually going to come in the Keyboard Magnussen's hands because he's now got that DRS activation zone.
Yep. He's got it for this straight and also the one right after turn 1. So if he can't make it here, it's not too bad for him. He can hold out a little bit, but he does try and go the long way around on the harder tires. That compromises DRS run run 2. Does. A lot of guys with pretty empty batteries. Nico saying in chat, GG Luca, congrats on the win. It does look like it, but you know, something could still happen. Sure, even is not dead set on that one yet. Not over till it's over after all. As Satoshi gets a 3-second time penalty. Now that could affect the outcome of this race quite a bit, but he keeps going wide a lot anyway. So he's gonna have to calm it down a little bit with those track extensions. Penalty out low.
Our boneless. I was just running on board with boneless here. He's being held up by Tats, and he touched the back end of Tats there. So he did. We did see from I think a previous race. I think we've seen boneless can suffer from a little bit of impatience, so hopefully that doesn't jeopardize himself.
That would. By the way, Crimson has gone into the pits and is put on the medium tires, by the looks of things. And it is not our McLaren, so he doesn't get stuck in the pits. Now, Ocean Chief in P8, by the way. Oh, as there's a Renault, that looked a little bit sketchy. That was Dead Pixel. David cuddling a little bit there from corner to corner. Oh yeah, Slash, there's no doubt. Luca definitely profited from the fact there was a lot of carnage and a lot of fighting, and he just kind of got out of the DRS zone just in time. Kind of come challenge him. Put it into his hands, but at the same time, he hasn't seemed to make any mistakes at all so far. So if he wins this race, he definitely did deserve it. After all of these races, timing is always a factor, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That although he's right, he did benefit from the carnage, he still keeps increasing his gap though. I mean, when he came out of the pits, what was he, 15 seconds ahead? Now he's up to almost 18 seconds. So, yes, he benefited, but he's still doing a good job himself of kind of driving home that advantage.
Yeah, hold on, as we have 3 cars here going into turn 3, I believe it is. We're locking up almost into each other. But the Sauber of TipsyBob Magnussen does get past the Haas and the Renault there. So good job from him. Oh yeah, and this is not the kind of corner you want to go into, but Dead Pixel does surrender the position, which is very wise, because Vinny was not going to back down from that. That could have ended very ugly there. That's one of those corners where you can try and go for it. Probably not a smart idea, but for mind games you're gonna have someone backing out. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Well, you need to be confident of the guy who you're racing. You need to know that guy, I think, pretty well.
Yeah.
To do.
And he is known to be a very aggressive racer. So that Pixel is new, relatively new. So probably so. In any case, probably best he backed off. I've called out in chat as well. Apparently, I said Magnussen wasn't the Williams. Close enough, right? Close enough. If you look at the front of the car, you can almost know. Right? Right? Enemy killer gets a 3-second time penalty. That's another one given out in this race. Again, Tipsy, I have no clue how people are on the now.
No, there's just penalties all over the place, man. It's hard to keep up.
Yep,
but
no clue.
I think the most important one is I don't think Luca has any penalties.
Even if he did, would it matter?
Not really.
I mean, as it stands now, if everything stays as it is now, he's gonna need 18 seconds of penalties. So I don't know. Not impossible, but unlikely.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much got this in the bag. It's this early on. I mean, he had it in the bag at the beginning. Like, what was he, 24 seconds ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think Tier 1 will be knocking on his door.
I mean, another thing you need to consider is that his closest rival at the moment, Satoshi, still needs, right, from his old tires, so the gap's bigger than this. Quite a bit bigger than this. That can't be, well, Luca has run away with it so far.
That's what Tier 1 is there for, though. That's the perfect example of it, because when you see a guy clearly quicker than everyone else, he's not matched equally in this tier, so the natural progression for him is to move up.
Yeah. Those can very quickly become the casting couch, if you show the talent. Has probably Luca. course, his campaign in Silverstone didn't go too well, as into the wall Pistorius. Ay, what is going on here? Okay, as they just pass each other. That was Edward in the Force India, I believe.
That's what I was going to say. It was Edward was getting caught up in that mix. He was being lapped by 2 cars.
Yeah, but I think he did a decent enough job in letting them go there. But, you know, could be worse. I think it just noticed quite late. Yeah, it's quite close, as pretty much always the case in Hungary. Trains and trains of cars.
Oh, Vinny's on the back of Keyboard Magazine here. He's probably going to go for the inside of turn 2.
Oh yeah, he is, but this is going to go the long way around as Magnussen tries to squeeze him out there a little bit, which helps him keep the position just about, edging ahead. Breathe in for a little bit now, because these next few corners are not really overtaking zones.
No.
So as long as he doesn't hit this inside curb here, this is the one we were talking about earlier. That one really does auto spin you essentially. No grip to be found on there.
Yeah, Vinny's been trying to get past Keyboard Magazine now for about 4 or 5 laps at the moment, so bear in mind that Keyboard Magazine is on 14 lap old mediums and he's still keeping Vinny behind.
Yeah, I think at this point though the mediums are probably going to be the better tyre.
Yeah.
Over the softs, because I don't know, from what I recall the mediums really do last quite a long time. Whereas the softs, I mean you can see him kind of sliding around a tiny little bit. Not going to feel like the grippiest car at this point in time. Yeah, he's going to try pull out a move there again as he goes through the inside. Keyboard Magnussen didn't leave a lot of space, but Vinny completely overcooks it. I don't think he quite expected to actually be in the inside there, and he doesn't calculate for the fact that he would have to brake quite a bit earlier to make the corner, and so he doesn't.
So, just seeing a little bit of great sportsmanship there, something that I would commend or compel most people to do and to learn from, was Kuwati was lining Ocean Chief up for a pass, but Kuwati hit the back of Ocean Chief, forced Ocean Chief off track. Now, a lot of people just drive on, but to be fair to him, Kuwati backed off and let Chief regain the position, so kudos to Kuwati.
That's nice.
Thing I like to see.
Oh, and Vinny just gets a undercut penalty, but that was barely a cut from him there. But
so the Vinny and Magnussen are trying to lap now Edward. Edward's getting caught up in a lot of these.
Yeah, Edward is not really backing off the line at the moment, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, as Vinny has a moment there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Edward will probably need a bit of a talking to when it comes to acting as a lapped car. Because he should ideally back off quite a bit.
Yeah, you get off the racing line and, lift off. Don't brake as such, but just lift.
Yeah, the thing's not even that he's like fighting for something, trying to reduce it. I mean, he's 40 seconds behind PC first.
Yeah.
So, there's a couple small gaps, and then Ocean Chief again, a 30-second gap. For a couple more cars. So points are impossible for Edward, or pretty much impossible to get at this point. There's no real reason for him to, stretch it out and just like try and let them pass as late as he can.
I mean, if this was real Formula 1, with that kind of times and gaps, they would just retire the car, save the engine.
Yeah.
That far back.
Yeah, but even with the Williams, you really don't get these kind of heavy gaps. Actually, maybe. I don't think anyone notices. Cameras are never on them. I think the race has really calmed down a little bit now, hasn't it?
So Keyboard Magnus is coming in the pit. Well, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he would have to. So if we have a look at the situation, into the wall and Keyboard Magnussen making their last stops at the moment. They go on board to see if there's maybe kind of damage of any kind. No. Look like it from either of them. If we have a look at the tyres now, who has got to pit? Luca can make it, and I'm pretty sure. I've seen one in a two-star league race going 25 laps, I believe, the mediums, and wasn't comfortable, but he did make it. So I assume that's what Luca is going for. Although at this point, he can pretty much get away with just going on whatever tyre he wants. Satoshi will have to pit soon. Some very old mediums. I think he's just stretching them out to get on a fast tyre for the end. But yeah, I don't think Luca is worrying too much about strategy as it seems at the moment.
Yes, I'm just posing a wee question for everyone on the
Right
chat.
underwater.
Yeah, can you cry underwater?
I mean, I would at least argue, in my case, I never cry, just sweat from my eyes. Not. I think that's another thing, but maybe it's sweat. What's yours? Are in there for
Mosh Gaming is looking for some P10 action.
Yeah, we have something going on. We should probably have a bit of a look here at the back because these are the last positions. Drive into the wall very close with bonus cigar, but his pass is guaranteed anyway as he's just come out the pits on much softer tires. Gonna have a look here at Crimson and Pixel fighting over who gets the 2 points. But as Keyboard Magnussen gets another penalty, unless I missed one, he should have 6 seconds now.
Yeah, I think he does, yeah. 6 seconds.
Yeah, so yeah, having a look up the field for people who pits no. Who do we think is gonna pit? Satoshi for sure.
Satoshi, yeah.
Bonus for sure.
Bonus, yeah.
Motocrosser, very likely. It's just like if you really time manage it, you could go to the end like that, but it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not quick and not safe. I'm gonna assume that motocrosser. Actually no, I think he's gonna stay out.
Oh, and into the wall, and Satoshi into the wall, they're having a bit of a battle as he comes out of the pits. Oh, they're making contact as well. So they're battling as soon as he comes out of the pits.
Yeah, that's one to focus on now. This is the battle for P2. The story is a bit behind, so into the wall, and Satoshi can't afford to battle at this point. Satoshi have to consider the fact that he is out on cold softs now, as into the wall also gets a penalty.
Yeah, so I think into the wall's got 6 seconds as well. I don't think Satoshi's got any from my memory.
Yeah, so that's gonna play to his advantage.
He doesn't need to battle so much. He just needs to, just
follow
manage one.
Yeah, I think he's probably gonna try and go for an attack after his tires switched on. This should start to now, or less. Into the wall seems to have quite a bit of pace.
So if things finish just as they are at the current standings, Boneless will remain top of the Drivers' Championship at the moment, and Satoshi will remain in second place. But of course, you'll have to close that gap a little bit.
Oh yeah, a lot.
So there won't be any too big changes really.
Yep. We're looking at here. I mean, there's Satoshi just facing into the wall, but I don't know. I'm gonna go for it. By the way, you can also talk in voice chat. You don't need to tab out to go to the YouTube chat.
You what?
I'm noticing typing it. Also speak. The commentary box, imaginary commentary box. Which for me, by the way, is completely pitch black, so I should probably turn on the light. Oh. So you got any fun facts about this track? Hoping as you add these philosophical deep questions about crying underwater, as well as if turtles are naked, if they have a shell.
Well, actually, what it was, not so much regards to Hungary track, but more the fact of if money doesn't grow on trees, why
Wait,
do
hold on a
banks
second.
have branches?
Wait. Is that a glitch? I was just kind of ignored them, but why is Luca... Yeah, is he actually DNF'd or is that for me? I assume that was D-Sing, no? Did he DNF for you?
Oh my god, yeah, he's DNF.
Wait, he actually did DNF! What? Okay, I was just kind of leaving it there. I was assuming there was a bit of a technical problem or something because you didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, you know, it's probably gonna go back to where it was in a moment. But it seems Luca retired from the race with a huge lead.
Oh man.
Bants just screwed Tipsy's question. I'm sorry, I had to quickly have a look at what happened with the leader there.
No, I get the question in a minute, like, but I mean, this is just Silverstone all over again for him.
Yeah.
He was leading pretty decent lead as well, and then he ended up DNFing, and he's done it again.
Yeah, it would be great if we could get an interview to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
After this race, just kind of figure out what happened there. I mean, he's going to be kicking himself right about now. That's second race in a row where he was looking promising and it's just all fell apart.
This has just fell straight into Satoshi's hands now.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm wondering with this though is if he like hit his wing somewhere after spinning out, his gap would be big enough to go to the pits, come out and still compete for first place. So did he crash somewhere, like properly total it?
I'll see if I can find out.
So, oh, he drove into the back of Curse, says Danny. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that a problem for Milos? Does he have anything to do with that? I definitely would like to have a bit of a chat. Luca, I don't know if anyone can get his hands on him.
Well, I'm just inquiring as to what happened, and all I'm getting is cursed happened. So our boy Bilosh has got himself potentially in a little bit of trouble.
He Ocon him. Did he Ocon him? Is that it?
I think he's on a knock on.
So Curse says that he was off the line and Luca just drove into him. So this is stuff. And would like to hear the perspective of our former race leader on that one. But yeah, gonna leave that to Stewards for now. But either way, very tragic. Again, I mean, it was to the point where I didn't really register it as an actual DNF and more of like a UI issue because that just made no sense to me. Why it would just be DNF'd. Then just got grayed out and it was like,
Yeah, so Luca's not happy at the moment. He's
oh really?
He's basically, from what I'm getting here, is that he's thinking that Kirsch was defending against him and brake checking him. Now, of course, we have no footage of this, so we can't corroborate that, but we've seen Kirsch racing a lot, and that's not normally something he would do.
But yeah, I don't know. We should probably leave that one to guys' footage because we didn't actually see it, and yeah, I'm sure them will have recorded. I know, since we shadow play, so let's just save the clip afterwards, and we'll have our answers. Calmed down now, hasn't it? Grace? All of a sudden. Really happening.
Yeah, well, that might be a good opportunity for me to finish what I was going to say.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So, you know the saying, money doesn't grow on trees? If that's true, why does banks have branches?
Right, how do I ban people?
What? That's a legitimate question.
On me.
Alright then, here's one I've been asking since I was a child.
Okay.
I've already asked you this. Right? Here's one for the people watching, alright? Here, get ready for this one. Okay? The word indescribable means something that cannot be described. But if you are describing it as being indescribable, it is therefore describable. Therefore, it's not indescribable. Therefore, the word indescribable should be invalid. Because if you're describing something as being indescribable, it's describable as being indescribable.
Okay, so you think that not being of being indescribable, you think that means that it's described as something?
Yeah, if you say, "Oh, what's your car like, man?" and you're thinking, "Oh, it's," and you just can't think of something, it's indescribable. Basically meaning that you can't think of a word to describe it by.
In this case, you
But
mean
if
that
you're
nothing
describing
is
it by
something.
being yeah, but if you're describing it as being indescribable, then it is describable. It's describable as being indescribable.
I mean, if anything indescribable, though, is of that it's nothingness, because you're not actually assigning any attributes. In that case, what you're arguing is that nothing is something. On a philosophical level.
But nothing is something.
Right.
You're going to get into all that science.
I mean, it
whenever
depends how you look at it. I mean, really. Nothing's something.
Yes, nothing is something. This goes onto a lot of science and all stuff which I like, but in order for there to be truly nothing, there has to be literally nothing. No space, no atom, no nothing.
Can you describe that for me, mate?
Right, well look, if you open a box, right, and you look inside the box and the box is empty, you would say there's nothing in there, wouldn't you? But that's not true. There is something in there. There's oxygen, there's all types of chemicals.
But I mean, we're kind of looking at a different kind of level of thing now. I mean, if you open a chest and you say there's nothing in there, then you can have a smart ass who says like, oh yeah, there's atoms and fucking oxygen fucking in there. I mean, of course.
Yes.
Well, we're not talking. But of course, the person who said there's nothing in it is just gonna smack you in the face for being a smart ass. You know. So
well,
I think we need to distinguish between scientific reality, formalities.
So we need to basically
if there's nothing if nothing's in the chest, right, no physical object, then you would say that there's nothing in there, right?
Yeah, well, you see, you need to establish, of course, the basis of which level the conversation is going to be constructed. So if you're going to discuss this in a high level, then you would say, well, that's not necessarily true, because there is something in there.
Okay, but let's assume we're not discussing it at a high level.
So then that would mean then we're discussing in a layman's term, which means there's nothing in the box.
Okay, so if we're looking at something that's indescribable by definition, as in you describe something that to you has absolutely no attribute that you can possibly fathom to describe, and thus it's indescribable. Does that give it an attribute of being indescribable? Is that a description of it?
Well, I think that if that person was struggling to find a description of something, therefore allocating the word indescribable to it would lead to more suggestions that they're limited vocabulary. They cannot find the word to describe it. So simply using that safe backmarker as indescribable doesn't really cut the mustard with me, I'm afraid. There we are.
We do have a 3-wide moment going on here in the background, by the way. Yeah, it just happened all of a sudden there. That's why I've stopped continuing and feeding into that conversation, because I'm afraid people would not be too happy. So,
Oh, bonus right on the back end of Keyboard Magazine?
Yes. Oh, did you not notice because we were too busy being in the dictionary?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, by the way, if you want to hear more about philosophical questions and answers, as well as the actual definitions of things, and smash the like button and subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh, and also there's racing in the background, so that helps.
The way you said subscribe, it was like, oh, and subscribe.
Subscribe. Did you smash the like button is what I want to know. Talking a lot of shit in chat, but did you smash the like button?
Oh. As Boneless goes for a pass on the Keyboard Magazine on the main straight, and he gets the move done.
And he goes around the outside.
And look
But the Alfa Romeo tries to stay in, but he doesn't. He doesn't go for a dive. Stays behind.
He keeps it safe.
As the Renault leads the train at this point in time.
And look at that.
And look at that. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic.
Yeah, we're really clutching at straws here because there's not an awful lot happening at the moment.
Yeah,
Come on, people!
That was earlier. Someone do something. Crash! I mean, we need to rate this extreme somehow. Come on.
Well, I think that Luca DNFing was an extreme shock.
Extreme! Not.
Yeah, do you know what, Bants? I just worry that this could be our last ever.
It might be. I think we're about to get to sack. Guys, we share our last moments with you lot. You told me last time, I think it was after the German Grand Prix, before we turned off, you told me you were eating Indian berries, I think it was.
No!
Was it not?
See, you're worse than the wife, you don't even listen to me. I don't eat Indian berries.
Well, something Indian it was.
Yes, it was Indian grapes.
Ah. Grapes, berries, Jesus Christ, alright.
What do you mean grapes, berries? They're two completely different things.
Yes,
Get it right?
Yes, but you seem quite offended over it, okay? Can we please? Alright. I'm getting... Okay, anyway. No, so how were they? How were they? The berries.
They're absolute... The grapes?
How were the berries?
Yeah, the grapes.
How
Look,
were
we
the
are
berries?
not going to... Look, we have reached an impasse, and I am not going on to continue further if you keep establishing them as being
Alright,
berry.
fine. I can respect that, but how were the berries?
Wait, seriously? This could be our last... This could be the beginning of the divorce, alright? They were absolutely succulent.
Succulence was indescribable.
Hey!
What?
None of that crap. Indescribable nonsense. We've already established that word should not exist.
Berries.
Just like... Yes, my grapes were absolutely delicious. Thank you very much.
And they were Indian at least, yeah?
They were, yeah.
So I was half right. Or half wrong if you're a pessimist.
Half wrong, yeah.
I'm sure it's something you would do. Negative
What?
piece. Anyway, so nothing's going on here.
I was talking to my family one time when I was
one time.
criticizing. Yeah, once, just once. Doesn't happen that often.
Ah, yeah.
But and I was being critical of something, not like that was something I would do. Like, and they said, "Keep your negative waves away from me." Negative waves.
Negative waves. They're similar to those waves that the socks block out. So that's only a few cultured people will understand the reference to.
The waves that the socks block?
Yeah, there are
block
certain
out?
waves that the socks may block. I want to explain the theory here, because then I'm definitely not coming back on to Tier 2 commentating. So we'll leave it at that. But,
I shall consult with the guru of all knowledge, and that will be my wife, as to what... Oh!
Oh!
Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boneless. Cursed. Kirsch was going for, Bonus was going for a pass on, I think it was Pretorius, and he moved over to the pit lane side,
Yeah,
just as Kirsch was coming in.
Ay. Yeah, things
Kirsch was
happening,
not-
just not for positions that matter.
Yeah.
Anyway. So what have you had for lunch today? What's it been?
Oh! Sorry, that kind of light bulb moment was my wife filling me in, so to speak, excuse the innuendo, as towards what type of wave socks block. Thank you very much. I think we'll leave that for another channel.
Why is filling you in an innuendo?
Yeah, because, you know, some people like Jeremy Peters You know,
I was just filling you in. That's interesting. We can continue that
uh,
conversation after the stream, but for now.
you weren't filling nothing of mine in. Yes, what did I have for lunch? I had some shredded wheat
Oh yeah.
and some Indian grapes.
You really are a
Oh,
fan of them, huh?
tell you, they're really great. Tell you what, also, I don't know if this exists in where you're from, but I have just signed myself up to do some tough mudder. I don't know if you guys get that.
What?
Tough. Maybe it's my accent. Tough.
I mean, I
Mudder.
can't understand what you're saying half the time anyway, don't worry.
Tough, like,
Yes.
someone that's tough.
Yes.
Think, oh, he's a tough. And then mudder.
Mudder, okay.
Mudder.
Okay.
Mudder. Not like mother and someone. That is my mother. Oh, that's almost took it back in the chief off. No, tough mudder is that really difficult obstacle course.
Oh,
I think
okay.
It was designed by the military, I think, and it's supposed to be the course of all courses, basically, physical fitness. So I said, oh, jeepers, tats, don't do that to me, man.
And by the way, just to quickly mention, Satoshi has won the race. Probably to a big surprise to himself, as Luca was looking to clinch that one before the incident.
Oh, Grazie, Joe and Crimson are going side by side right around the whole track.
Oh yeah, and they're fighting at the moment.
Oh, this is not over yet. Grazie
Over
Joe
2
is not going to
points.
get this one up. Oh, and he's going down
He's
the
going to
outside.
try and go around the outside, but the McLaren's not going to leave him a whole lot of space, but just enough. Grassi just doesn't take it, but he tries to go. Oh, he's a bit too eager going in there. With the slippery curb on the side, they're losing him a little bit of grip. And they're going to go side by side into the last corner. And this one might be decided purely on penalties. As it looks like the McLaren and the Ferrari cross the line together.
That was a tense finish.
But it didn't matter because Grassi just had a lot of penalties, actually. So it actually did not matter at all.
So there we are.
There we are, yeah. Satoshi with the win. Just a quick applause there.
Yes. There we are for Satoshi.
Yep, he's gonna be surprised as well.
Can we just address the elephant in the room and just to point out that this really should have been Luca by a clear margin?
Well, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened, so we don't know whose fault that was. And
well, yeah, at the end of the day, it's whoever finishes the race first is the winner, obviously. And that happens to be Satoshi. In case you didn't know that, Bants. So.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. If the winner crosses the line, or the P1 guy crosses the line with penalties, finish the race first, but he loses position afterwards.
Who's being pedantic now?
That's just your definition of finishing the race.
But you're being pedantic now. We already discussed what kind of level of conversation we're having in. You want an upper level or a lower level? You're taking it to the upper level, which of course I'm quite happy to escalate. Yeah.
Upper level here. Top level of communication.
You know what I'm thinking, Bants?
Yes. Go on.
I think we should get some interviews.
Interview time. Who does want to get an interview? Luca.
I'd like to get Luca on board.
Satoshi, you guys are from the same clan. If you could quickly talk to him and maybe ask him if he wants to have an interview, that would be pretty good. And also you as well, right after. Or directly if he doesn't come, because of course he did win the race.
How about we have like an American talk show like Jeremy Springer scene where we get Luca and Kirst in the end of a room at the same time?
Oh, we'll do a Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah.
As well. We give the...
Now how do you explain that?
Alright, it's Dr. Phil time. So, Luca and Milos first. How about that?
Yes, you have been summoned, boys.
Yeah, I've been summoned. I'm gonna quickly go and put on our professional graphics here. Oh, there we go. Here we are. With our boy Gio.
Look at that beautiful man.
Look at that beauty, man. So, yeah. Milos is here, but I kind of want to see... Milos, I can see you down there. I just quickly want to see if we can get Luca in at the same time. Satoshi, type him real quick. Fellas, we'll go and try and get the biggest drama of show today in.
Just while you're doing that, if you remember early on in the race, our boy Adam was having a bit of difficulty with the. Well, it looked initially like it was just these crazy dives, but I have such been speaking to him, and it's a simple reason really. He's struggling with his brake pedal. His brake mod isn't working, so he's not getting the braking power that he wants. That'll kind of explain the issues he was having, because that's not normally the way he would drive, you know.
I just asked in the general chat and I tagged him. I said time for an interview, but I left a question mark out, which might have made that seem a little bit patronizing. You're going for an interview now, but not quite. You're allowed free choice. So we're gonna pull in Milos, as Luca doesn't seem to want to, which is understandable. He's probably gonna wind down. I don't know if Satoshi wants to come in as well. Hello, Milos, Martika.
Hello. Welcome, I suppose. Welcome myself. No. Yeah.
Welcoming you.
Yes.
Welcome, Belos.
Thank you.
You're making yourself quite known today.
Today, yeah. Well, I don't think I've been in the wrong in a few of them anyway.
And a few of them.
Well,
In a few, yeah, that's the key word, a few of them.
Now, what does that mean?
What have we missed?
What have we missed? Well, Luca, I suppose, going to the back of me, I suppose. That's one.
See, this is the thing. We wanted him to join so we could have a bit of a Dr. Phil kind of thing going.
Jeremy Springer, I was hoping for, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, he's saying that I held him up for 3 laps apparently when he was maybe max a lap behind me. Behind me for a lap at most. And for that point, he was half a second behind me. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna bother to let him through because I'm not fucking, I'm racing as well, aren't I? So I'm not gonna bother to let him through if he's half a second behind me. I'm not really gaining much. Then he got cut up onto just for the pit straight. So I go off the racing line as any normal fucking person would do. And I lift off just after the pit exit, about there, because at that point I realized that he's not going to make it past me, and I do not touch the brake, which he claims I brake checked him, didn't touch the brake. I lifted off, and then he plows into me, and I get sent around the corner. At that point I don't really mind, and he's out of the race, and I personally think I haven't done shit. Well, maybe that's just me. I don't know. He seems to look at it differently.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, you see, did you record it, Belos?
Actually, you know what? One thing we can do really quickly. We're on the wrong Discord, by the way, again, by accident. We should go over the other one, because Satoshi is there, and they're in the same clan, Satoshi and Lucas, so maybe right there. So quickly hop over. Let's just go into our general channel now. Move. Okay, and are again. Very nice, very cool. I'm gonna move in Satoshi. Hello there, Satoshi.
Welcome.
Congrats on the win, I suppose, before anything.
Cheers, man.
Interesting. Satoshi. First,
Yes.
I'd like to know, do you have any idea what happened there? Luca and Milos, you're in the same clan, I believe, so I don't know if maybe talk to you about it.
He told me that he had blue flags and for 3 or 4 laps or something like that, and I don't know, apparently. Just I feel so bad for him because he just leading the race all the way, so yeah, he would have won this, but I don't know.
Another thing for me is the fact I didn't actually get blue flags at all, even when he was right behind me for some reason.
Wow.
So that's why I didn't bother really letting him through, because I didn't get blue flags, and he was about half a second behind me. And I'm having my own race as well at the back, but I didn't get any blue flags. So I was like, well, I won't really bother just yet until he caught up to me.
Can we say well done, Codemasters? Can we say it?
Make F1 2019 great again.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Yeah, happily that I've got a chance for the beta, so hoping that
Oh, have you?
they will. Yeah, huge bug. So yeah.
Very big
By the
pog.
way, so back to the race. At the qualifying, I was way too unlucky. I had 17.8 with the mediums, but Wimpy just retired ahead of me or crashed or something like that at the end of Mansell. So, and I was super shocked that I just only improved 1/10 with the softs. So I was completely shocked that I didn't improve like 8.9 tenths. But if I would make a 16.9 or something like that, I wouldn't make it into the top 10. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, we were confused about that a little bit. Being so far back on the grid there. Tipsy, are you here by the way?
I am, yeah.
Okay, you seemed dead for a little while there.
Just dead inside.
Yeah, not sure if you went to get his berries or something.
Grapes.
At the start, I was way too cautious for the start, hoping that I won't get punted or something like that from the back. And one of the Red Bull just spun ahead of me, and I had literally stopped to the car get ghosted, and then I just drive through the field. So, and when literally everyone made it into the pits, I was like third or fourth or something like that, and I had a pretty good battle with my teammate for second place, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I wasn't sure that he is letting me by or just he wants to race with me. So yeah, I'm super happy, and I won my home race. And literally, to be honest, I hate this track, so
Yeah.
I literally hate it. And yeah, I can't believe it that I made it, and I won my home Grand Prix in a league race. So I'm super happy. And
Yeah, I mean, it was very unexpected though, like the way everything went down. So,
especially.
we actually thought it was, at least I thought when I saw it at the beginning, I didn't really react to it because I thought it was like one of those glitches where it just kind of like goes gray and then it goes back up to where it was. But it stayed there. And then, yeah, the Tipsy didn't say anything else. I was like, what is going on here? And then it didn't move, so I go to check and he's not in first anymore. So, yeah.
And I wanted to lap on lap 18, but my race engineer told me that no, you have to stay at lap 21. So yeah, I'm super happy, and luckily it was like a payback from last week in Hockenheim. I was way too unlucky. I mean, I had constant lags and the safety car and everything. I had the pace for podium, but it just didn't work out, and it's just a payback from last week. So it was just like both us saying it was like in Australia's stream radio or something like that. So yeah. I'm looking forward to the next one, which would be Spa or it would be Spa, right?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, Spa, yeah.
We will see, and I'm happy that I halved the distance between me and Bonus in the championship.
Yeah, you did as well. Bonus had a shocking race.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that at the moment. Yeah, Bonus is on about, I think, 93 points now. And you have that win, Satoshi has put you up to 75 points, so you're closing in on him.
Yeah. And I was surprised that he just punted or yeah. And I was really surprised that everyone was making on the starting on super softs, but because I wanted originally to start on softs. And I was shocked that everyone is starting on the ultra softs because the overheating stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't sure. To be honest, I wasn't sure about. I'm starting raw softs or mediums, but I stick with the mediums, and yeah, paid out.
Yeah, we called that too on the commentating as well. That the ultra soft, although it is the fastest tire, it wasn't necessarily the best choice to start on. So we did call that ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we weren't too confident because it's been a while since we've had our races, but yeah, there was a lot going on when it came to tire strategy.
But there's only 4 races left now. So Belgium, Monza, Suzuka, and then Brazil. 4 great tracks. So this title for is not over yet. Boneless hasn't got it secured yet. Satoshi, you are closing in on that title. And
Yeah.
who's the closest next guy? Vinny is the next guy. He's on 42 points. Yeah, so it's looking like the only people who can win the title now is Boneless and yourself, Satoshi. So he is your guy that you need to beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fight is on.
And I'm hoping for I can win more races. Especially, I'm looking forward to win my home race, which is Japan. So the context is my name is Japanese, so that's why everyone told me that my home race is the Japanese Grand Prix. So
Confirmed.
yeah.
Thinking Gamogi.
So I'm hoping for the good result next week.
Alright, yeah, good luck to you, man. You did well today to pick up the pieces, even though, because Luca had that issue there, so, you know, still good job to you there.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
this goes back to what I said. Was it last? When was it? In Silverstone when Satoshi won. That I was telling you that you don't necessarily have to win every race. You just need to be consistently in the points. And I'm just looking at the grid at the moment of all the racers, and the most consistent at this moment is yourself, Satoshi. You are the most consistent. You since the beginning, since race 1 until now. So we're now into race 8. Satoshi has finished in the points every single time.
Yeah.
So that will help massively for the title the title championship.
Yeah. But another thing that literally this I only my every single race at the beginning I was always choking sometime at least once. If you don't count the first 3 or 4 races where Light Cruiser and all the tier 1 guys raced in here, so when they just came promoted, I've just struggled to get consistent and not get punted because those points, especially in Austria where I got punted, it was a desync or something like that, and I was pretty angry for this result. I was waiting for myself for the top 5, so yeah, I'm hoping for the good results.
Yeah, but you still recovered well in Austria, and you got a P9 in Austria, so you still got the points. And then, of course, the next race, which was Silverstone, you got the race win. And then in Germany, you got P6. And then, of course, today, another P1. So, I mean, this is what I was talking about. Consistency is the key, I think, in anything like this.
Oh, for sure.
And you've got it at...
Nothing.
It's just a pity. I would have liked to get Luca in to see his opinion of what happened, but I don't think he wants to join us. So
I mean, I think he has a fairly solid opinion of me being the biggest fucking retard in the server.
You know, he just told me that he told the kind of the same in the another point of view that he had he's got showed the blue flag, so for 3 or 4 laps, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense that you curse didn't have the blue flag all around, so it's just understandable.
I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, I don't fucking hate him, you know, shit like that happens.
It was way too unlucky, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if I had the blue flags if I actually had the blue flags, then I wouldn't be that hesitant on letting him through. But yeah, I suppose we didn't only fuck each other, but the game also did come in and offer some anal sex.
Yeah. Apologies to anybody listening.
I think it's way too late for that. I don't know if you've looked at the stream for the past 10 minutes.
Rated E is very extreme.
Yeah.
It is rated extreme, sorry guys.
But, you know, I have to go, guys, so thank you so much for being here, and yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the interview, man.
Satoshi.
Thanks for your insight.
Thanks for joining, Satoshi. Looking forward to the next race.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good
See
luck,
ya.
man.
Right, Milo.
So there we have it, Bants.
That's it.
Without kind of putting any negative waves on it, but are you going to stop this anytime soon? Because my headphones are crushing my skull.
All right, you heard it, guys. Doesn't want to talk to you guys anymore. So yeah, disappointing indeed. But so yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. And I want to know. Yeah.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say if people want me to continue talking, that's fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, I am a little bit salty, Chief, or Bants. I don't know why I keep calling you Chief. I'm a little bit salty because you get requests to commentate and I don't. What's wrong with me?
I think it's because your accent is too sexually pleasing.
No one can understand. I think it's more that your inbox is so full that it actually puts them as spam.
What
So
do you mean no
them.
one understands me? I speak perfect English.
Irish.
It's just a meme. I mean, if
Irish.
anything, I'm the one that's not understandable, but you know. Anyway, I think that is a wrap. So I want to know, real quick, as is tradition, also the final thoughts of Milos.
Well, I think the race was, in general, quite the big X day. Personally.
Alright, that's brilliant words to end on, I think. Tipsy, I don't know if you have anything to add
there? Just that, would you be interested in playing, as I see your man dancing there, just if you'd be interested in a bit of Siege, because Kitsune keeps asking. By the way, if anyone is interested,
that is, yeah, anyone on stream wants to join on 6 Siege, just shoot us a PM. Apparently that's something we discuss on here. So,
yeah.
Alright, yeah, I think that is it. And to answer your question, yes, Tips, we can do that indeed. But that is it, I think. And see you again next week. Of course. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, if we're not here next week, you know why. So, see ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.